Hey guys, it's Coach Trevor with Functional Fitness, and I've got Coach Ashley here. She's going to be demoing for me. Today what I want to talk about is called the Get Up. Okay, this is an exercise that we're doing a lot in team training right now, but this is also a great exercise that you can do at home. It's an exercise that can be a workout in and of itself. It works the entire body, it works mobility, it works stability, it works strength. It's really an all-encompassing exercise. So I'm going to take you through it today in 3 different phases. Okay? Let's call our phase 1 like level 1. You're just getting introduced to the movement. You want to figure it out. And then phase 2, we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. We'll bring you up a level. And then phase 3 will be all the way through the entire movement. So let's start here with phase 1. Ashley's going to start here on her back. Okay? She's going to have one knee bent. And whatever knee is bent, that arm is going to be reaching to the ceiling. So we're going to start without any implement, any load right now. The first thing Ashley is going to do is she's going to roll towards her left elbow and come up onto her forearm. So we'll have her roll here. Good. So this is the first step. And you'll notice here, Ashley's got a good shoulder position. Okay, her shoulder is stacked in. It's not jamming in the top of the joint. She's nice and vertical with her top arm. The second position now is going up to her hand. Okay, so she's going to extend that arm behind her. Okay, again, good position, nice straight lines, and you'll notice she's keeping this top arm nice and vertical. Okay, then she's just going to go back down, back to the elbow, and then nice and slow back down to the ground. So let's have her do it one more time. Up to the elbow, up to the hand. Okay, so that's our phase 1. Okay, now we're going to move into phase 2. So Ashley's going to, you can stay right there, Ashley. Come back up. So she's going to stay here, right at the end of phase 1. Now she's going to lift the hips. So we'll have her lift and pause. She has a nice hip lift using your glutes. And then what she's going to do is she's going to swing her left leg through. There we go. And then she's going to come up to a half kneeling position, just like that. So you're going to notice one thing about Ashley in this position. She's really wide, and her leg is turned out to the side. We want to get everything straightened out. So let's have her just straighten everything out here for a second. Okay? So that would complete the end of our phase 2. So we'll have her shift the leg back out. She's going to side bend, hip hinge, and then she'll sweep the leg back through, and then back down to the ground, and then down to the elbow, and all the way down to the ground. Okay? So we'll have her go back up through this again. So she's going to go elbow, up to the hand, lift the hips, sweep the leg through, and then come up to a half kneeling position, and then straighten everything out. So we're at the end of phase 2 now. Now we'll get into phase 3, which is really easy from this point. Now all we're going to do is basically stand up. So Ashley's just going to push through the front heel, stand up and together. Now the tricky part is when you go back down that you step back with the correct leg. So you'll notice she steps back with the left leg because her right arm is up. Then she's going to open up just like she did with her right leg. And then she's going to hinge and side bend, sweep the leg through. She's going to drop the hips. And then she's going to drop the elbow, and then she's going to drop all the way down to the ground. Okay? So that's our get up from start to finish. Now let's look at, all right, you're able to do that effectively, you're able to do that efficiently. A good thing to start with is some type of implement. And we like to start people with like a shoe or a yoga block like this. So Ashley's going to set up here, and she doesn't need to go through it because we don't want her to drop the yoga block on her head. But you'll notice here she's just balancing the yoga block on her fist the whole time. If Ashley, do a bad rep here, come up to the elbow but drop the hand. You'll notice she dropped her hand, the yoga block fell off. It's immediate feedback that you weren't doing it correctly. So that's why we like implements like this. It's your teacher. So it stays right there and just come up to the hand. Perfect. So she's keeping it nice and vertical the whole time, and then she can go back down to the elbow, back down to the ground. It forces you to slow down and control the entire movement. Good, Ashley, you can relax out of that. Once you've mastered that, so let's say you can go all the way up and all the way back down, balancing your shoe or a yoga block. We could move to a weighted implement. So maybe you want to use a dumbbell because you have some dumbbells at home, an 8, 10, 12 pounder. If you want to go into a kettlebell, many kettlebells will start with an 8K or about 15, 17 pounds. She is going to go on the kettlebell. We'll have her set up here. And so she'll set up there. She's going to get the bell into place. And she's going to roll onto her back. She's going to punch the bell up. So now, same thing, just like with the yoga block, but now she has a bell. She's going to roll to her elbow, punch, and now she's going to come up to the hand. Yep, and let's do a hip lift too. She brings the hips up, perfect, back down, down to the elbow, all the way back down to the ground, and then she can rest out of it. So if you are going to get into this advanced stuff with that heavy kettlebell, you'll notice how Ashley got in and out of this position. Okay, she came into this sideline curled position, the bell was nice and close to her body, and then she rolled, keeping it tight, and then she extended the arm with 2 hands to get the bell into place. So you'll probably be able to muscle the bell into place when you first start, but if you get more advanced at this movement, Ashley, you can relax out of that. When you get more advanced at this movement, you're going to go up and load. And once we start getting into a 16K, a 20K, a 24K, 28K, now those implements are going to be harder to get into place. So if we really get proficient at this rolling variation, you'll keep the shoulders safe, you'll keep the body safe, and you'll be able to effectively get that bell up overhead so you can start the get-up movement. So that's called the get-up. Some may call it the Turkish get-up, but it wasn't invented in Turkey, so we just call it the get-up here. And remember, there's 3 different phases to it. You can go up to the hand, and then you can go hip lift and sweep the leg through, or you can go the full phase where you go all the way through the movement. So try it out at home. You can get the kids involved. It's something great you can do in the middle of the living room any time of the day, but also in team, we're going to be working on this a lot. So your technique is going to get great at this over the next 6 weeks. Ashley, you got anything to add?
No.
All right, over and out. See you guys later.